Paytm, then IIFL, and now JM Financial. And these are sort of harsher measures. What we're seeing is the cease and desist orders. This is not something that we've seen. I mean, this heightened level of scrutiny and activity, we've not seen this in the recent past. Isn't that right?
Well, Survi, whether it is a 1 or 2 lakh rupee penalty or these restrictions on specific business segments or that cease and desist, order that you're talking about, the shutting down of the business, or in the past, even the supersession of boards. I mean, we've seen a spate of actions against financial entities, not just this year, but in the past years as well. But some of them recently have been of an unprecedented nature. And the larger message we gather from these actions is that, even if it seems harsh in the immediate term, it is to help make the system stronger and help these financial entities grow their revenues, grow their profits in a more risk-calibrated manner, because ultimately the buck stops with the RBI when it comes to maintaining financial stability, and it acts when it sees any potential risk emerging. Now, these actions are not really taken lightly by the regulator by any means. I mean, in our various conversations with RBI folks, the message is very clear. These are well thought out, deliberated actions which are only taken after due diligence and after giving these entities several chances to rectify the issue. And even after that, if no corrective action is taken, does RBI impose severe restrictions. So to say that these are a moment of surprise for the entity involved will be absolutely incorrect, because there are plenty of internal dialogues that happen before any such severe restriction is placed. Now, the nature of the action itself, like we're seeing more recently, it's becoming more targeted, like you saw in the case of the gold loan business of IIFL, or the digital banking business of HDFC, or the products business of Bajaj Finance. But sometimes it's also more broad-based, for example, what the regulator did with unsecured loans. But the action is always the last step after repeated warnings, or the penalties, which are more of a rap on the knuckle. I mean, even if you just listen to the governor's speeches in various public events, there are plenty of warning signs before any directive is issued. So I think the larger message is, if there are discrepancies, you course correct or you face action. And the regulatory attitude itself is changing, making a very clear distinction in terms of what is going to be tolerable and what is not.